Los Santos and the San Andreas area are a great place to visit. And whether you're interested in the beautiful coastline, serene countryside, or the glamour of Vinewood, there's plenty on offer. If it's leisure you're after, we have it in spades, with miles of glorious beach to enjoy. To cool off, you could go for a swim, help out the lifeguards, go scuba diving, or indulge in some other water sports. You're in for a good time. Back on dry land, there's a host of other activities. You could go for a leisurely jog. If you're feeling more active, you could go for a bike ride. And if things get too hot, don't be afraid to take your top off either. Find your inner center with yoga, or the perfect swing with a round of golf. Work on your backhand with a game or two of tennis. Or stay indoors and play some darts instead. Take a more leisurely pace by walking your dog. Play fetch with a ball. Or teach him some new tricks. Take a trip down to the Del Perro Pier to see the sights atop the Ferris wheel. Although thrill seekers might prefer the more frantic action found on the roller coaster alongside. Take the action off the rails by riding a mountain bike on the terrain that suits them best. Or go for the two-stroke option and power down in a dirt bike instead. If you'd rather be swept off your feet, there's no bigger thrill than parachuting down that same mountain. Or perhaps keep yourself tethered with a spot of abseiling instead. If you'd really like to learn how to fly, fear not. Lessons are readily available. After a busy day, you'll be sure to desire some refreshment. Whether it's the infectious taste of E. Cola, or a freshly blended healthy dose of juice. If intoxication is more your scene, there's nothing quite like sucking down an ice-cold pisswasser. Or if you prefer hard liquor, there's always a fine whiskey. If smokables are more your scene, relax with a cigar. Or indulge in the greener side of life with a fat joint. Or take a hit from a bong. And if that's not enough, huffing gas will certainly take you where you need to be. If you're into culture, you won't be left wanting. Whether you go to the movies, enjoy some street entertainment, or just watch some TV, there's no shortage of cultural diversion. If you want to get even closer to the stars, take a Vinewood tour for a professional insight. Or look through a telescope if you want to do a little more literal stargazing. There are many scenic views in and around Los Santos. On a clear day, you can see for miles. If you'd like to take looking through a lens to the next level, become an avid shutterbug and pursue your dream to be a paparazzo. Or you could just take a selfie and update your Life Invader page with all your cultural exploits. If style is your substance, then perhaps here you'll find one that suits you. Whether you need to smarten up for a special occasion, or adopt an entirely new identity. Visit the barbers and get a new hairdo. Or a hair don't. Perhaps you could even grow a full beard. Make a permanent inscription towards your identity with a tattoo. Or if that's a step too far, perhaps you can express your individuality by just choosing a new ringtone. Of course, style doesn't come cheap, but San Andreas is the land of opportunity, and the perfect place to invest in a fledgling business.
Hey, what's up, man? How you doing?
With sufficient capital, you could make a killing on the stock market. As long as you make sure to protect your business's interests. Of course, spending money is more fun than making it, and if you've cash to burn, you could do worse than to treat yourself to a new set of wheels. Go shopping for some new hardware. And practice your marksmanship to get the biggest bang for your buck. If you fancy yourself a seafarer, then perhaps you should buy a boat. Or leave terra firma completely behind and acquire your own private jet. If you're after entertainment of a more adult nature, consider visiting one of our many nightclubs or bars. Your hosts will ensure you receive a warm welcome. And even on the clearest day, you can still make it rain. Of course, after a night out and a few drinks, it's always prudent to check your balance. For those not fortunate enough to be flush with cash, it's lucky that Los Santos is a great place to earn a living. Whether shifting cargo containers in the dockyard, operating a crane, exterminating pests, combating malware, thinning out the coyote herds, or simply taking out the trash. There's a wealth of industry here. If you feel the call of civic duty, then perhaps you could assist your local constabulary on the streets. Take to the highways on patrol to tackle speeders, or apprehend a mugger with extreme prejudice. A good Samaritan always makes sure their fellow citizens are okay after an accident. And you can clean up the resultant mess by towing broken down or abandoned cars. Just be sure to take good care of your cargo en route. Of course, all these activities will require some means of transport, but thankfully Los Santos offers a number of options beyond driving. There's the underground metro, providing regular service to a number of stops. Comprehensive taxi coverage, taking you wherever you need to go in a hurry.
Hurry the fuck up! Buckle up!
And a regular bus service that won't keep you waiting too long. The cable cars at Mount Chiliad will avert a long climb. But if you want the best view possible, then flying is perhaps the most efficient, either by plane or by helicopter. Back on the ground, take things off-road in a buggy, or even traverse the Pacific Ocean by submarine. If all else fails, you can always just walk to your destination. Just remember, when on the move, safety first. Of course, cars are the most flexible transportation available and offer a whole range of activities themselves. From pulling J-turns, to burnouts, tyre popping, to rim-scraping donuts. Your car will do much more than simply carry you around town. If your vehicle is dirty after a long road trip, take it through the car wash. But if you really want to make your ride shine, pimp it out at Los Santos Customs. It's a shame to let a good-looking whip go to waste, so why not take part in an illegal street race to really test your mettle? Or zip down the highways with a multi-million-dollar supercar, weaving in and out of traffic. Just be sure not to drive too hard, else you might end up driving into a beautiful lake. If you're not afraid to get your hands dirty, the seedier side of Los Santos has a lot to offer as well. Immerse yourself in the colourful world of gang culture. Make some new friends. Or even embark on a redneck rampage. Punch a random stranger just for the heck of it. Park a bus full of passengers at a level crossing. Hijack a plane. Why, you could even steal a car. There's so much to do in Los Santos and San Andreas, you'll never be left wanting for activities. The only thing left to do is to plan your visit. Thanks for watching, and until next time, farewell.